country that value goat, that value animal, that value cow, the human being. Don't cry for him. He has fought his battle. Do you think you can kill the spirit of Biafra? Biafra will come today, one day. Oju could have started it, another man. Somebody is still coming. People are still coming.
Guys, how many of you remember Prince Eniola Joseph, who is the Afanifere Youth leader that was kidnapped by bandits on the 17th of February this year, which is roughly about 9 months ago, where the bandits demanded that he pays 100 million naira, and the video went viral on the internet where they actually stacked his head demanding for money. He was crying and begging before he was released 12 days after. Now, just a few minutes ago, I watched a video of this young man where he did not just narrate his experience in the bandits' captivity. He has come out to give his thoughts about the sentencing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment, the bandit situation in Nigeria. And trust me, when I saw that video, I almost shed tears. Nigerians, your problem is not tribe. Yorubas, your problem is not Igbos. Igbos, your problem is not Hausa. We have a common enemy, and that enemy is our leaders that have failed to do the right things. I want you to take a look at the critical analysis he did, explaining his thoughts about the current situation in Nigeria. And trust me, you would obviously understand that we are not our problem. Please share this video and watch it till the end. I'll be coming back to give you my thoughts about it.
Jajini, Afanifere National Youth President, a victim of Fulani men. A lot has been going on in the last few days in this country called Nigeria. And I want specifically say something this morning that is very, very important, and that we must be able to learn from the history. And if this our so-called holy marriage cannot work, I don't know what is it difficult for us to go our different ways. I don't know if it is a forced for somebody to continue in a violent marriage. I don't know if it's a forced for us to continue living as a Nigerian. I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of reactions yesterday, a lot of articles. Why Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to death. I'm sentenced to life imprisonment, not sentenced to death by hanging. And Yorubas are busy celebrating in the social medias. Yoruba name you 4 days ago, 3 days ago. CSC Church was ambushed in Kwara State. Fulani men attacked the church. Fulani have been attacking everywhere. And Mr. President, keep quiet. There's no standing order. There's no, as a commander-in-chief of Armed Forces for the Republic of Nigeria, the Mr. President acts as if he doesn't know what is happening, all because of Mr. President is trying to pamper Hausa people, pamper the Fulani in the northern part of this country, because if we get a vote or if we take an action against them, out of here somebody will be coming on air. I mean, coming on live social media, going on television to be saying, give bandit amnesty, give bandit, negotiate with the terrorists. People that kill, I was in the hands of Fulani men, bandit for 12 days. I know what I passed through. I know what I went through. Nigeria needs help. Now, let me go back to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. Fulani men, Fulani, let me just, Buhari may soon not rest in peace. Buhari, your soul will never rest in peace in the name of Jesus. Buhari, may I lucky your soul. I'm going to be saying it. Do you know how many soldiers that Buhari bring to the eastern part of this country to molest and destroy evil people, because they are asking for a freedom? We are not one Nigerian. Yoruba Dide. Igbo are not your enemy. Yoruba, Igbo is not your enemy. Igbos are friendly people. They are doing business in Lagos. They have not for one kidnap Yorubas. Yes, if there are criminals in Yoruba. There are criminals among the Igbos. Not everybody is a criminal, but they are not doing what the bandits, the criminals, is doing. Do you know what they did to somebody somebody, maybe some or a guy in the northern part of this country, because he defend himself, a judge sentences to death by angry. What kind of wicked and ruthless justice is that? For defending himself against bandit? Self-defense is not in law. Bandits are having peace meeting and court local government. Your vice president, Shetima, was not the head of Boko Haram? For how long does the country belong to the northern part of this country? If the oil we are all enjoying today belong to the north, we will have divided this country. May Nigeria never work for us in Jesus' name. Let us go our separate way.
Telling you.
This is about settlement. Fulani, it was Fulani man that arrested Nnamdi Kanu. Now they set it up. They give it to a Yoruba judge. Omotosho. He doesn't use his common sense. The given the script was written, sentencing to death. Sentencing to life imprisonment. Just because Tinubu want to win second time. Don't you know that the northern part of this country will betray Tinubu? They are the one behind all this thing just because of Tinubu second time. Just because what Tinubu is doing is not favorite to them. They believe that what Tinubu is doing is not favorite to them. They believe that the country belongs to them. They believe that they can do all things at their own disposal. They believe that everything they do is final. We are not one Nigeria, and this Nigeria cannot work. We will go to a separate way. We go to a separate way. Cry for your future. Cry for your children. Don't cry for Nnamdi Kanu. Don't like my brother Egmonshu have said. Don't cry for Nnamdi Kanu. Cry for your own children. Cry for your own future. Buhari because Buhari is the one that caused all this happening in Nigeria today, bringing Boko Haram, the better bandits to the Nigerian army. They are the one that look at the way they kill, and a general for that matter, they're killing as if it's a foul. And no statement for the Nigerian army forces, and no statement for the presidency, no statement, no. My shield. It's a pity, God. Why do you bring to this country, God? Mommy, put up in Nigeria, but I've been in country more. Although I was born in the Finger, but I would have, my parents should have come to this country. Is it a country? This is not a country. A country that value goats, that value animal, that value cow, that human being. And you are killing. Allah Akbar, you kill. Allah Akbar, Allah, you kill. In the name of Allah. Think you can kill the spirit of Biafra. Biafra will come today, one day. Oju could have started it, another man. Somebody is still coming. People are still coming. Forget it. Forget it. You can't kill their spirit. Their soul and body is not part of Nigeria again. Yeah. All those are governors, they are senators, they are just selfish because they don't want to come out because of their so-called business and are protecting something. In Dahina, they are planning, they know what they are doing. It's just that unfortunately that the Igbos, the East cannot unite together. If the Yorubas can unite the way Niger Delta unite when they were extorting oil and they don't take care of their place as a Kubo and the life of this my man who's a king now, what is his name? Today there will not be enough development, although there's no development in South, and the little one is there. You buy in one do and celebrate Nnamdi Kanu. Sunday Igboho ọmọ yín tó ń jà fún yín tí àwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀jìtẹ̀ Fani-Káyọ̀dé ó lọ kú bá ń gbà yẹn. But all there,
for yourself. Now, let me say one thing and say it very clear. You would observe that right from the time when they sent somebody like a general who has served to the highest capacity in the Nigerian military, up until today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not given any national press release. The Nigerian army has not done anything substantial to show that indeed they feel sorry for the situation. So when you listen to the words of Prince Eniola, you would understand the narrative behind the political situation, the politicking with the lives of people, the failures of the military. You would understand it obviously. That yours truly, like he said, being in a marriage should never and can never be by force. Yes, you heard me right. And I keep using this analogy most of the time to tell people that, see, there is no organization you join today and you say, I don't want to work again, and they'll say you must be there. Even in marriage, for instance, God himself gave us an opportunity to exit the marriage on certain conditions. If you go to a church and say, I don't want to attend this church again, nobody will force you to belong to that church. So when people come out and agitate for freedom, it's not because they hate the entity or the name called Nigeria, but they hate the way things are unfolding. And I may not support the actions or the way IPOB was going after their matter, but I always like to look at it from the root cause. Why are these people agitating? If it is not for the failures of the government, why are they agitating? So when you leave the root cause and begin to talk about you did this, you did that, look at it from the root cause. He has explained it further at sea. You see the reason why President Bola Tinubu is seeming to play to the gallery is simple. Simply because he does not want to march on the toes of the powers that be in the northern axis of Nigeria because of his second tenure. They want to continue to hold power even at the detriment of the people. When you're seeing that between when you came into power and what it is today, there is a stark failure. They don't want to relinquish power because all they're interested in is just themselves. Very unfortunate indeed. You see situations where the Nigerian government would incorporate repentant Boko Haram members, terrorists, into the Nigerian army. When these guys say they have given up, or they say they want to relinquish their effort or their struggle, don't think it's a joke. Don't think they are joking. Somebody said it's one of the 48 laws of power. You will claim to have failed just to regain victory. That's what they did. You recruited them back into the Nigerian army. And guess what? They become a spy to the Nigerian army actions every day. Tell me, where does that happen without properly ensuring that these things are done the right way? Tell me where that kind of thing happens. You see General Issa, the one that was spied in the bush. He was communicating with the Nigerian army. They couldn't get his location, but the terrorists had his location. Tell me what that means. I say it always and I will keep saying it. Today, where Nigeria is, where Igbos are agitating, don't cry for him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he has been able to put out his point clearly for people to see that this is what he is, and he has lived for something. Cry for your children that may be refugees in this same country one day. Because when things fail, trust me, the agitation of the Igbos, the agitation of IPOB, if you like, arrest them. They arrested Owazirike, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Owazirike, what's his name, came up. Ojukwu came up. Ojukwu went down. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went down. Simon, although they might have not gone the right way, but trust me, the agitation is in the minds of the people. And until it is wiped out, regardless of what you do, trust me, you're only doing nothing but wasting your time. It is only delaying the evil day. And I keep saying it to the Nigerian government, that we take a look at the likes of Yar'Adua, may so rest in peace, one of the best presidents Nigeria ever had. How did he resolve the issues in the Niger Delta? As at the time when there was crisis in Niger Delta, he used negotiation strategy called win-win. And yours truly, he was able to solve the crisis in the Niger Delta axis of Nigeria. And I stand to be corrected. That is what brought relative peace to the Niger Delta axis of Nigeria. Now, tell me what the likes of Buhari, what the likes of President Bola Tinubu and the current government have been able to do intellectually to resolve the issues in Niger Delta, intellectually to resolve the issues in Southeast, intellectually to resolve the issues in the northeastern Nigeria. Nothing, if you ask me. We cannot continue like this. Something has to be done. You may delay the evil day using government strategies, government finances, non-state actors, state actors, strategies, the military, but trust me, you're only delaying the evil day. And when the people get to their elastic limits, I never pray for anarchy, but trust me, it has happened in several societies. We never pray for it to happen in Nigeria, but that's what happens when the people get to their elastic limits. To be forewarned, they say, is to be forearmed. And this message is for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Nigerian government to act fast. Do your best to share this video. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the words of Prince Joseph that have sparked reactions on the internet, and we shall continually be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly.